I know that there is some controversy over whether or not people believe that cemeteries are haunted. I've explained this before in an interview that I was in and a couple other times to a couple of other YouTubers. How do I feel about the fact of some cemeteries being haunted? Do I believe they are or they aren't? There's a really loud helicopter above me, guys, so hopefully they don't I have no idea what they're doing, but they're really, really close. In my, I guess I would have to say my professional opinion, because I have been to many, many cemeteries. I have even been to cemeteries before I started YouTubing. I didn't just go to cemeteries when I started YouTubing. I've been doing this for a while, just not nearly as often. But in my professional experience, I would have to say that no, not all cemeteries are haunted. Some are, yes, and I believe that it is the older cemeteries that are the most haunted, due to the fact that, if you have, burials from the 1700s, the 1800s, those people, those spirits no longer have anything or anybody left in the living world. All of the family that they've known, even the first, second, third generation, they're all gone. Eventually, all or most of those family members are going to end up buried together in one place. They're going to stay together instead of going and visiting their loved ones or visiting a significant landmark that was once there when they were alive, is probably most likely not here. Their loved ones, their family members, their children, their grandchildren, they're definitely still not here. They're all together, buried in a cemetery where they can congregate, hang out, haunt, whatever the case may be, guys. Newer cemeteries, down here in Florida, for example, I noticed that almost all of the cemeteries that I go to, a lot of them are mixed. You have sections where they're really old, dating back to the early to mid 1800s. And then you have the sections that are really new, where people are actually still being buried there. Somebody else that I have spoken to in one of the interviews that I did actually, made a really good point. And it's true, when you're investigating a cemetery and say you're in the newer section of the cemetery and people are still being buried, it's that new, like people are still being buried. And then you walk over into the older section and you're going to get so much more activity. You're going to find that you're going to get more results in an older cemetery or an older section of a cemetery than you will in the newer section. Because again, I can't say newer spirits, that sounds stupid and disrespectful, but spirits that haven't been in the spirit world for that long, of course they're going to go and visit their loved ones. Of course they're going to go to significant landmarks that meant something to them when they were alive. All that other stuff, they're going to obviously do that. They're not going to hang out by their tombstone, and just haunt the dead. They're already dead. So again, my opinion on cemeteries is, again, I would have to say most of them are haunted, not all. But again, the newer cemeteries do have sections where they have really old, burials. So, it would make absolute sense that most cemeteries would be haunted in that sense. So yes, I do believe that the majority of cemeteries are haunted for that reason. So I know that has actually been like a controversy lately among, different YouTubers who do ghost hunting and go to cemeteries and haunted places and things like that. I love cemeteries. I absolutely love them, because not only do I hope to get something, paranormal, but they're so interesting. And one of my favorite things to do when I first get to a cemetery, guys, is walk around and look at all the headstones, see the dates, and some of them have pictures. Just the history itself in a cemetery is my favorite part. So yeah.